to give my yes to you today. I choose.
Good morning. It's Friday, the 6th of September, and I trust you got a decent cup of coffee for Coffee with God this morning. If you have your Bibles, turn to Genesis 12, verse 1. Genesis 12, vers 1. Now the Lord said to Abraham, "Go from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to the land which I will show you." And that's quite an amazing call. We know that Abraham left everything and he moved to a place that the Lord didn't even show him. We know that he was promised to be a blessing to all the nations, and he waited 25 years for that promise to be fulfilled through the birth of his son Isaac. The question today at the end of this week is, are we still open to the Lord calling us to abandon, calling us to leave, calling us to trust and step out in faith? And I know the world has got a smaller place, but does the Lord still call? Does the Lord still call us to leave everything and to just follow him faithfully, to stand on his word and put all of our trust in him, and reach the point where our neighbors and our friends and our family say, "Are you mad? Are you going to do that?" But besides those huge, big, abandon all calls, what about just being open to the Lord saying to you, "I want you to stretch. I want you to go into a wilderness. I want you to lead some people. And I want you to take responsibility, full responsibility for their spiritual growth, their spiritual journey for a time." If you don't open yourself to the possibility of such a call, if you don't open yourself to the possibility of, then you will never hear and you'll never recognize when the call comes, because it'll be something foreign and you won't even recognize it for what it is. And I want to awake that sense of opportunity in you, that sense of excitement in you, that maybe the Lord wants to use you and he's calling you, maybe not to abandon house and family and relatives and everything, but he's calling you to take leadership, to take responsibility, to step up, to move to the next level. And it's out your comfort zone, it's out of an area where you've never been before, or it's into an area that you've never been before. And I want to encourage you to just be aware and open to the opportunity and the possibility that God might just be doing that for you. I was thinking about this, and I was wondering about Abraham, and I was wondering about people who I know and who I walk closely with, and I have an admiration and a respect for. And it's people who haven't always taken the easy road. It's people I almost want to say, I want to ask someone when I meet them, "So what troubles have brought you to this place? What uphills, what struggles have you gone through that have brought you to where you are today? What have you abandoned? What have you left? What have you ventured? What have you risked? What have you put on the line in your life that's brought you to here?" And the people who've never responded to a call, never taken the adventurous route, never offered something up for something, they almost don't know what it is to look up in difficult circumstances, and to, in their hearts, have settled that giving up is not even an option. It's those people who've pushed through hard times, those who've persevered, those who've endured through difficulties and struggles and trials and hardships and hardships, that you want to do life with, because they just seem more real than those who've stayed in the cocoon, those who've taken the safe route, never ventured, never answered a call, never responded to a leadership opportunity, never stepped up and taken the lead and the responsibility for something. Now the Lord said to Abraham, "Go from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to the land which I will show you." Come to church this Sunday. Don't miss church this Sunday. Take the adventure. get into God's presence with God's people. And who knows, God may call you to the next exciting installment of your life, the next difficulty that you're going to go through in order to get to the other side and say, I'll never not look up. And giving up is not an option. Have a wonderful weekend, and Lord willing, see you Monday again.